There's no doubt that being in a relationship is a great thing. It can be a wonderful source of happiness and joy that makes your world more beautiful. But at the same time, love is kind of a tricky feeling. Our hormones often fool us into thinking that our relationship is based on love. If you look closer, however, you might find out it's just an illusion, leading you to ask yourself, is this real love? To answer this question, you'll have to evaluate your relationship with fresh eyes and an impartial attitude. First and foremost, you should think about how long you've known your partner. I bet you have a friend who claims they're in love after a few days or weeks of meeting someone new. Unfortunately, more often than not, after a month or so, such a couple decides to call it off. Sometimes each side realizes they hate everything about each other. This happens because they didn't take enough time to get to know their partner. Love needs a while to grow. It's about developing real intimacy and becoming attached to someone on a deep level. If you feel attracted to your partner, but there's not a genuine connection, it's just infatuation. And let's be honest here, sometimes you fall not for the person, but the idea of love. You desperately want to experience all those cute moments you've seen in romantic comedies, and that's why your imagination makes you see the person you're with in a favorable light. Then after a while, it hits you that they have nothing in common with your fantasy version of them. Another point to consider is jealousy. If you keep getting jealous of your partner, even in innocent everyday situations, it's a sign that something is off. You want to make it clear to everyone, including them, that they belong only to you. That's why when someone comes up to your significant other at a party, it makes you feel uneasy, so you do your best to bring their attention back to you. This feeling of possessiveness ruins relationships in the blink of an eye. True love is based on trust, which gives you confidence and leaves no room for the fear that your partner may be charmed by someone else. No matter how strongly you believe that you're bound in a very special and unique way, and nothing can come between you. You should also be on high alert if everything happens way too quickly. Perhaps you've just met someone and you're already living together, and maybe you've decided it's time to invite them to your weekly family dinner. When you experience a strong crush, you can't wait to take the next step and want proof of their commitment to you, because deep down, you know that your feelings, and probably theirs as well, won't last long. You try to make the most of it as fast as possible. But the truth is that a healthy, loving relationship develops naturally. You both enjoy the process of building your relationship at a slow but steady pace. And you don't feel the urge to rush things because every moment is precious. Did your partner forget to call you back and you started wondering if you did something wrong or if a breakup is waiting around the corner? Do you keep questioning yourself about whether they're going to leave you as they're not paying you as much attention as you're used to? Such situations make you go through intense emotions when you think that you love someone so much. In reality, though, you're being insecure, and this has nothing to do with real love. A deep attachment for someone makes you feel secure and strong. You don't have a panic attack every time something goes wrong or not according to plan, because you know that the bond holding you both together is not that easy to break. Setting unrealistic relationship goals can also be a sign that your heart isn't in love territory. When you're infatuated with someone, you may find yourself in a situation where you try to shape your relationship according to some model you have in mind. You desperately want everything to be perfect. For example, no fights are allowed, and happiness must be the only emotion you feel when with your partner. But if you keep avoiding arguments, it means you're hiding from problems and not letting yourself or your other half express feelings and opinions freely. True love is about learning to communicate, compromise, and accept the fact that your relationship will have ups and downs. Have you ever been so into someone that you couldn't eat or sleep? Feelings can be really strong and all-consuming, but that doesn't mean it's love. This overly emotional condition can distract you from work, studies, and other responsibilities, with potentially serious consequences. Your world shrinks to only one person. They become the center of your private universe. That's why you cancel plans with your family and friends, planning to spend every free minute with your loved one. But when you're truly in love, you gain an amazing source of inspiration that changes your life for the better. You want to be the best version of yourself and create a better life. Love helps you embrace your life more and not escape everything in it. It's no secret that some relationships are an emotional roller coaster. If your partner simply gives you a smile, you may feel overjoyed for hours. If they don't feel like talking much, it puts you in a very dark mood instantly. You get to experience highs and lows with such intensity that it leaves you drained. You constantly think about them, dream about them, worry about your relationship, cry over them, and stress out when you pick up subtle clues that things are not going well. Your relationship might be full of drama. You keep fighting over irrelevant issues, splitting up and getting back together over and over again, thinking this is a love that won't let you go. The truth is that it's your insecurities and unhealthy obsession holding you together. Love isn't supposed to make you suffer. It doesn't drain your energy, but gives it to you. A true, deep attachment should make you feel comfortable and at ease, not tired and overwhelmed. It seems kind of natural to put your partner on a pedestal during the early stages of a relationship. To you, they are a godlike being who never makes a mistake and has no flaws. In other words, you make them out to be something they're not, refusing to acknowledge that they're an ordinary person with a set of positive attributes, weaknesses, and quirks. On top of all that, seeing them as a perfect person makes you wonder why they chose to be with you because you're way too aware of your own shortcomings. You feel like you won the lottery. But having such high expectations will leave you disappointed pretty soon because nobody's perfect, right? When you really love someone, you see them for who they actually are, the good and the bad, and love them anyway. A lot of love stories start with the phrase, "There was a spark between us." You just met someone and suddenly feel like you've known them for ages. Everything about them is irresistible, and you can't fight this attraction. They are always on your mind, and all you can do during their absence is dream about your wonderfully happy future. You even start thinking that you finally found the one, your true soulmate. That magical spark turns into a real fire of passionate feelings you can barely deal with. Sounds like a fairy tale, right? Well, pretty soon, that fire will die off as unexpectedly as it appeared, leaving you totally confused. The spark is gone, and you feel empty. A crush can involve strong and intense emotions, but they never last long. Way too quickly, they are replaced by a loss of interest, while love is capable of passing the test of time. Moreover, it only gets stronger and deeper. Do you think you've already met the love of your life? Sound off in the comments below. Be sure to give this video a like, share it with your friends, and click subscribe to always stay on the bright side of life.